Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is David Razorfish Cross.
Nom 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 nom.
Bzzz.
That's
I love
also the
this.
sound I make when I eat corn.
That's why whenever we had corn day back in college, I just was like, I'm going to the other table. This guy, listen, I love David, but his corn eating
Oh,
is
everywhere,
insane.
everywhere.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, I
They have,
learned it from this movie.
let me ask you something, David. I have a press booklet from Piranha that came with the DVD I bought, and it's incredible. And for the film, they gave us they included 6 things to promote the movie with, like 6 ideas that you could use to promote the film. In this thing, they have persuade local bars and restaurants to feature a Piranha cocktail. So I want you to pitch the world right now. I haven't talked to you about this, but based on what you know from this movie, what would the Piranha cocktail be? And you can't say that it's just Scotch, gin, bourbon, and tequila,
Oh no, that would be okay.
which is what the main character gets delivered to him.
Yeah, I think it's some form of Bloody Mary. It has to be some form of Bloody Mary with tomato juice in it. But that would be really. Is it tequila Bloody Mary?
Well, you nailed it.
So did I really?
Yeah, it's 1 1/2 ounces of vodka, 6 ounces tomato juice, a dash of pepper, and a dash of Worcestershire. And 1 stalk of celery, stripped of its foliage.
Oh, how do you feel about Bloody Marys?
I don't like tomato. I don't trust tomato juice. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't want it. Like if this was just vodka, pepper, and Worcestershire and celery, I'd probably drink it. But I don't. It's like, why am I drinking a tomato? I'll do sauce. I've just never liked tomato juice. I look at it and I don't trust it.
I mean, I want to see you drink a vodka and Worcestershire sauce mix cocktail 1-to-1. Like I'm gonna be real honest, Mark. I don't think you're gonna like it.
I mean, listen, it's better than to put in tomato juice. I've never liked it. I've never trusted it. I look at it and I'm like, I don't get away from me. Yeah. This Bloody Marys are a lot, man. Like I get why people drink Bloody Marys, but it's a lot. Like just give me whiskey. That's it.
Yeah, they're okay. They're okay. I think they've hit peak. They've jumped the shark, jumped the piranha, as you would say. Now they come with like basically a whole meal. Simple Bloody Mary, I'm in. Simple Piranha, I'm in. But I don't want everything else around it.
It's just a lot. It's a lot, man. And it's just I don't know. I don't even know if I'll like hair the dog. Like I'm not down for that. Like day drinking's exhausting. First, you can't night drink a Bloody Mary.
You know what, Mark? What I think would work better for promoting this movie is a combination of a beer and tomato juice, not alcohol.
That sounds horrifying.
I bet it's good. I do. I bet we could. I mean, I would probably drink that like half and half.
Gosh, I'd run. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna go watch When Harry Met Sally. I wasn't even playing that.
Well, everyone, welcome to Bad Cocktail Talk.
So these are the other things that they want. They said tie in the local tropical fish store and arrange for a piranha-filled aquarium to be placed in your lobby. Reassure patrons with a sign reading, "Fish don't eat people, people eat fish." Scattering a few old rings and watches on the bottom of the tank should complete the effect. Turn the tables on the fish kingdom and revive an old fad. Stage a piranha swallowing contest. Use goldfish for the piranha and award the winner with a complimentary tickets to the film. Be sure and have local press cover the event. So, hey guys, go swallow goldfish and you can get a free ticket to Piranha.
Oh, these are definitely Roger Corman's ideas.
I did persuade local bars, but here's 4. Piranha features a great deal of summer water sports, making a natural tie-in with local sports shops. Set aside a place in your lobby for a local merchant to feature a display.
Oh.
Sponsor a dance. Here we go. This is what you and I would win. You and I would win this. Sponsor a dance contest in which the contestants are judged according to their interpretation of the as yet unknown craze, the piranha. Winners receive one-way bus fare to Aquarena Springs plus 3-day free use of top-line camping equipment from your local sporting goods store.
A bus ticket.
So yeah, to go one way. To Texas.
One way.
Yeah, and what is the piranha? Is it just like a lot of like ooh ooh, like is it what like
yeah. It's just, basically it's like they're biting my bum. They're biting my bum.
It's like just running and screaming. Dun, 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 dun. And then number 6, create some exciting, and listen, I'm not making fun of this. I love this. I love Roger Corman. I love this booklet. It's beautiful. And this is an amazing thing. So I'm being totally earnest here. Create some exciting pre-publicity by leaving dead piranha at various strategic locations along the banks of your local lakes and streams. Promote community interest and fear by organizing groups, Boy Scouts, citizens, volunteers, to guard against the coming onslaught. Give enterprising kids in your area a few bucks to make themselves scarce for a couple days. Watch your grosses soar.
And this is all supposed to be with the theater. The theater's supposed to organize all this.
Yeah, but it makes it better. It makes it
makes it an event.
Yeah. And so this booklet they gave me is incredible. It's just talking about like Rob Booth and like the commentary. So the commentary on this. At one point in this movie, Joe Dante was talking about how I think it was, let's see, was it the FBI or CIA? Who was it? But they were riding around with them while making this movie because it was a non-union shoot. But during this time, unions were striking. And so they were trying to kind of infiltrate the set and mess it up. So for a while, they had like FBI, CIA people driving them to work and acting undercover to see if union people were trying to get involved with this. So they were using Piranha as a way to infiltrate unions.
I honestly, none of this surprised me because it's Roger Corman.
Yeah, you know how they got the military involved?
How?
They showed him another script that was pro-military. And the military was like, oh yeah, we'll send some National Guard. This is really great. You guys are making the military look good. But that's not the script they use at all. They just did it for free, like to get some free production value. But they lied to the military because this is a very anti-military movie because they said they had to add like a left-wing view in here because, you got to make some kind of picture like, oh, they're poisoning it, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, they gave them a fake script, a Piranha script, but pro-military Piranha script so that they got to use their gear for a couple days, which they shot this movie in 22 days. Then they went to California and had 8 days of underwater shooting. During that time, they created a fungus that was so disgusting in this pool that they had to have chemists come in and examine it. And they had to drain the pool, the USC pool, and have people study the fungus that was created because of the 300 gallons of Caro syrup, bacteria, fungus, and plants that were in there. This is the greatest. Joe Dante's commentary is amazing. And just like, most of the piranha scenes were just shot with smoke and like piranhas on strings. And it's the best thing. It's the best. This commentary is amazing. This movie makes me laugh so hard. I just adore this. And the more I watch it, the more I like it. So I haven't let you talk much, David, but I just had to get all this off because I've been doing a lot of research and it makes me happy.
So I'm super happy you told me all these things because I didn't watch the commentary, but I do have to thank you about something. I love this movie so much, John or Mark. Thank you so much for introducing it to me. I've never watched it before. I just glossed over it, and I literally got done watching this at maybe an hour ago. Not even that. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
it's a perfect B movie, perfect cult movie, perfect drive-in movie. I love this film.
And like there's scenes of dialogue in this movie that just make me incredibly happy. So we have Maggie and Paul, right? They're on a couch. Paul's an old drunk. Maggie is just a badass. She like works for she's like a skip trace. She goes and finds people who have run and brings them back. And she's just hilarious. And there's a scene where Paul and Maggie are talking and Paul goes, I don't know. I guess I'm not used to being around people. And then Maggie goes, that's obvious. I've been trying to hint my way under the covers for 5 minutes. And then Paul goes, you really are something.
Yeah, that looks like a voiceover too.
Yeah. But I was like, what? But
what happened there?
Yeah, and then they just cut. And then there's another scene where she knocks a guard out and she's taking off his pants. She's like, by now, I thought you'd be better at taking off people's pants. It's the cheesiest. Like most, Spielberg watched this and said that it was fine. Like, because this is when Jaws 2 came out. And Spielberg was like, no, it's funny. I don't care. It's Corman. Who gives a shit?
He's quoted as saying the best of the Jaws ripoffs. and I want to know, Mark, do you think that's true?
I mean, listen, Alligator, I think, is the best.
Really?
But Alligator's so different. Like, this movie's a legit ripoff. So Alligator happened because of Jaws, but it's good. This movie is good, but it's a wild, direct ripoff. I mean, it is ripoff du jour of Jaws. So if I'm going to say, like, Is it the best Jaws ripoff? Yes, but it's not the best film made because of Jaws.
I
Does
can
that
agree
make
with that.
sense?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But dude, Joe Dante, man, like I've covered him, Inner Space, Gremlins. The guy's funny. Like he's a funny dude, man. He's this movie. This movie is
Yeah.
just funny. I, it's it's such a ripoff. They filmed it in 22 days.
What I liked most is that how much style it has. Like Joe Dante got a lot of mileage out of this film. A lot of mileage. It's like, oh, we have paper piranhas. I guess we'll just do a bunch of quick cuts.
Oh man. Like, just yeah, a lot of quick. They had like so Rob Bottin, the guy who did all of the work for the thing like Total Recall, like one of the greatest practical effects artists ever. He's just signed on this movie when he was 17, 18, and the only reason was to give him a scene in the movie, and like in the movie he gets killed and he gets decapitated, and then they cut the scene, but then they use the head that Rob Bottin made for free for the movie. So later on, when you see a head floating, that's the head he made because he thought he was going to be in the movie. This movie had Phil Tippett, bro. Like he did Star Wars. Like this guy, Phil Tippett did Dragon Slayer. Phil Tippett did Jurassic Park. He did Mad God, which is like one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years. They had Phil Tippett. They had John Berg. They had Adam Beckett, like the crazy ILM guys who worked on Star Wars. And they're popping up in Joe Dante's and Roger Corman's next to nothing picture about piranhas that they shot in Texas in a swimming pool in California. Like you have the people who became the best in this movie, and you have a fun cast too.
So, Mark, I wrote some reasons down why I really love this movie, and I want to run through them. And there's also probably a hot take that's probably going to land me in not just hot water but lava, but we're going to get to that. Okay. So what I love about this movie is that it's very shocking and funny. So there are actually moments of horror, but then there's really funny moments like the ones you were mentioning. Pretty witty. There's very little fat. This movie gets going immediately. It's like the stinger hits, and then like this might be the fastest I've seen nudity on a screen in 20 years.
Yeah, just like, idiots jumping into that the worst pool ever.
I saw that and I was like, why is this so like this is so disgusting? Why would you do this? I would never do this to try to impress anyone.
But it's so tongue in cheek though, because it's a spoof. Like everyone knows they're just ripping off Jaws.
And then something I think is rare for horror. It was shot in the daylight. This is a movie that mostly takes place in daylight, and it just gives a whole different vibe to the movie because what I think usually when someone thinks of the daylight, they don't think of horror. But I think horror in the daylight is actually scarier than horror in the darkness because you're supposed to be safe in the daylight. Hot take for me, I guess.
Listen, that's why Ernest kicked the crap out of me, man. Like that troll attacks you during the day. That troll just grabs random skateboarders. As a child, when you associate horror with night, but then Ernest or piranhas attack you during the day, Jaws, and it really messes with your mind because you haven't been conditioned for that. You've been conditioned for night terrors.
And something that's in this movie that's not done a lot anymore is that there's so much color. So much color. I love the palette of it. A lot of the horror movies today are very dark and gray. And I think of them as being grimy even, but this movie just pops. It pops so much.
Listen, like Joe Dante knows what he's doing. That's what I love about the people who came out of the Corman school. They had to shoot fast and cheap, but there's also a personality to most of these movies, and they understand the making it pop, the colors, what they're able to get out of what they have blows my mind. Like that's an art. That's why I think Cameron excels now is he started in this place. Like he started with Corman. And I think now he knows how to get involved from the ground up. Like he knows, like, I know I'm talking about Cameron and not Dante, but like these are guys who created tremendous films after working for Corman. And I think, yeah, they know about the personality. They know about the color. They just know how to have fun with the film. And like, they didn't have time. They didn't have like in most takes, they had time for like one take, and they hired mostly TV actors because they were cheaper, but they had familiar faces. And they're also used to reading a lot of lines at once. It's like, you watch a Hallmark Christmas movie and most of those actors are soap actors because they have to rattle off 40 pages of dialogue a day. and these Christmas movies shoot in 7. So you can just get people on set to just rattle off dialogue really fast. And so he just brought in TV actors and just made it work. And it works well.
Yeah. I'm not done talking about the things I like about this movie. I'm going to keep going, Mark.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Another thing I love about this movie is Bradford Dillman. His acting was fantastic, and he plays Paul. And I read that the original script was very two-dimensional, very, very two-dimensional, and Bradford didn't like it. And so basically, Corman and the screenwriter were like, okay, we'll flesh it out for you then. And it made such a unique and interesting character because he's depressed, sort of an alcoholic, but has moments of heroism. He's fully 3D. And when I started thinking about that and thinking about the Jaws ripoffs, I had this realization that a lot of the Jaws ripoffs focused on the shark. They're like, okay, everyone loves a shark, but what makes Jaws really good is the giant shark and the complex characters. Brody's fantastic, Quint's fantastic. They're all fantastic. And they just forgot to, like, people want to see characters interact with each other and have personalities. And this is one of the ones that realized that with Paul and the other character as well. I believe Heather. Heather is her name, or is it? No, it's Maggie.
Maggie, yeah. She's good. Dude, listen. Like, Paul's hilarious in this movie. In the beginning scene where the guy walks up to him with all the bottles of booze, and he's like, "Don't you have a car?" "Yeah, it's on blocks." Like, it's just, and when she shows up, she's like, "I'm from the Skip Trace company." He's like, "Did my ex-wife send you?" And it's just, and I love that scene where she's like, "Come on, let's go." He's like, "Oh no, I am not." And then
he is.
He's with her the next morning, and
yeah,
and it. Like, the guy's never wholly unlikable. He's never, like, he wants to go save his kid. He comes up with a good plan with the raft. Who knows? He didn't know that the piranhas were going to eat the binding on it. But it's, yeah, the guy, like, for what they were able to afford and who they were able to, I think they had another actor that was supposed to do this movie and read the script and showed up. So they had another actor in this movie, and I guess the guy showed up and saw the set and was like, "Okay, I'm out."
he filmed like one scene in water, and it's in the movie, but he dropped, and then Paul or Bradford Dillman became the lead actor, which is another wild story. And so I'm going to go back to my thought about, sharks versus characters and maybe even titillation. So I haven't seen the sequels to this. I have watched, before this call, I watched all the trailers for the new ones.
Oh,
and I very
3D is amazing.
Is it? Because I was watching them and I was like, did they take the wrong things from the original? Like, they swerve towards the titillation instead of having complex characters. I'm assuming you've watched some of them, so you could answer that for me.
Piranha 3D very much lays into, like, the spring break nihilism of it all. But Alejandro Aja directed it, the guy who did Hills Have Eyes, the guy who did Crawl. So it's jam-packed with nudity. It's jam-packed with overbearing people. It's jam-packed with some of the gnarliest gore and guts and head scalps being ripped off and penises being eaten you're ever going to see. Most of the characters are pretty ugly, but for some reason, it has a fresh tomato meter score. It's like shocking. 70. Yeah, it's a 72%. It has a good IMDb score. It's just one of those movies that knows that it's insane. So I think Aja does a great job of, hey, this movie's crazy. Like, I'm gonna put the pedal to the metal. And so it's not as endearing as this one, but it's still fun. Like, you have Christopher Lloyd popping up, you have Richard Dreyfuss popping up. It's Elizabeth Shue, Adam Scott, Ving Rhames, like, gigantic Kelly Brook, like, huge cast. But yeah, it's, when you say it leans into titillation, that's pretty much all it is. But it somehow is good at it, if that makes sense.
I'm shocked. I mean, I'm not shocked. Alexandre Aja is like a phenomenal director. So
yeah, he gets it.
I didn't realize he did it.
Yeah, I think if it, like, let's say if like a Michael Bay acolyte made it, it wouldn't be good. Like, if Marcus Nispel made it, it would not be good. But Aja's a good director, so that's why it works. But it's grimy. Like, you don't want to watch it with your parents. You don't want to watch. You probably don't even want to watch it with, like, it's gnarly. I remember watching and be like, poof. This is a lot. So just be ready for that.
Okay. So Mark, all this talk about Jaws and all this like character stuff, talking about how much I love this movie. I've been thinking really hard in the last hour about whether what's a better movie, what constitutes success for Jaws and Piranha. And to set the stage, we all know that Jaws is a wild success, changed movies, period.
Yeah.
Summer blockbusters. But when I'm thinking about the story and consuming film, Jaws is a movie I can watch every couple years.
Easy.
It is fantastic. It is a phenomenal movie. I could watch Piranha 2-3 times a year. Easy. It goes down so smooth. And I'm like, what constitutes success in that? Because like one's a better movie. I'm going to watch the other one a lot more.
Well, let's look at John Sayles' script. So Jaws is beautiful, right? The character moments, but see, the thing about Jaws is there's moments that really hurt when Brody is slapped. Like there's so many moments that take their time with Mrs. Brody, and it's a movie like with the conversations, like it gets you. Well, the thing about Jaws is you get so pissed off at the mayor. You know that wonder when they're talking, like you're like, man, I hate this guy. This guy sucks. And like it's a whole experience when you watch it. You know, when Quint dies, but Piranha's 90 minutes of chill, and so, but also too, John Sayles' script, right? You have a guy who worked at a smelting place. You have a government operation to create piranhas that could go to Vietnam and kill people and swim in any type of water, but they shut it down. But a crazy scientist stays around and keeps it going. And he also creates cute little mutants. And then they get out. And then it's up to people to kill these things. So the government comes along, they poison the river, it doesn't work, and the guy goes back to the smelting place and lets all the gross stuff out to kill the fish. So it actually works, right? You have his old smelting place is right next to the new park that is open. Like it's the care in the script is there, and the
logic is there.
Yeah, the logic is there. The characters are likable. You don't have too many heavy moments, so you can just this movie just exists. You can put this movie on 80 something minutes without credits and just let it play because it's so familiar, but it doesn't have all the heaviness. To me, like Jaws is probably my favorite film aside from Deep Blue. Well, Deep Blue Sea is my favorite movie. Jaws is my favorite film.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
But it's just it's a hangout picture, and it has so much. It has a personality. So I think that's why it's successful on that, and it's easy to watch, at least for me.
It is super easy. One of the things you mentioned there was the characters are likable, and they are. But there's a moment in this film that makes me feel very weird about them. This whole problem of everyone getting eaten is because they broke into a place they shouldn't have been and did a bunch of stuff they shouldn't have done. Like I know they were mad at the doctor, but as far as I'm concerned, Maggie and Paul are the ones who caused the problem. They're the ones who let the fish out.
I mean, I don't know if I would blame Paul. Maggie's so gung-ho and so just like she just wants to get it done. So she's like, something's on the bottom of this and I need to see it. To their credit, they never thought that hybrid piranhas would break out and slaughter a town. So yeah, it's on Maggie, right? But I think her mistake is naive enough to not make her wholly unlikable. And the rest of the film, they're escaping from prison. She's taking notes from, what was that guy's name? Oh, he had such a great name. Mo Schneider. And taking notes from Mo Schneider. Like she's trying to atone for what she did. And also, I mean, listen, Paul puts his life on the line. So, I mean, yeah, sure. But the government also knew there was a facility up there, and that guy had all those piranhas that should have been killed. It's a perfect storm, is what I'm saying, David. And that's all I'm saying. It's just, Piranha 3D kind of changes that because they find like an underwater reservoir that opens up and the piranhas come out, so it's no one's fault. But I do think that it's like the Meg. Interesting.
It just happens.
Yeah, but it's like these critters are. But yeah, you know what? There's just not that much stakes in this movie, so you can never hate these two. I guess it's just the plucky. You even call her plucky in the movie notes that I have. So she's just a maniac, and she went and did it, and then problems happened.
Yeah. One of my favorite jokes is when they're trying to get the jump on the army guy, and Paul's like, "Hey, go seduce him. And she's like, well, maybe he likes men. And he's like, well, then I'll seduce him. And like, that's a really funny, it's funny period, but I think it's funnier at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, you know, she flashes him, but so that at the last minute, let's see, Heather Menzies didn't want to do it because she was married and she decided not to. So then he had to go. So then Joe Dante had to audition the ladies that were at his like Holiday Inn where they were staying for it. He was like, it was the most uncomfortable day I've ever had because these ladies from like a Holiday Inn and this restaurant were coming in auditioning to show their breasts in my movie. And he wasn't too happy about it. So at the last minute, they had to find a double for her. So that's why you just have a scene of like,
yeah, inserted, completely different. You could tell it's a different person.
And you know that's a Corman note, right? Corman's like, listen, I need 3 pairs. I need 3 pairs of boobs.
100%.
Fit them in. It's just like I need. And then also the boat explosion. They said they needed that for the trailer. And they went, listen, if we couldn't get that boat explosion, we just would have stolen one from another movie. Like that's what they said. And so they needed a boat explosion. So that whole scene where that guy is skiing, like it's pointless because people randomly blow up in the movie. But they needed it for the trailer.
The boat explosion, if you watch it, it doesn't explode. No. The dock explodes. The boat's fine. I was like, I stopped and rewound that part. I was like, did I miss something here? No, the boat's fine. The dock explodes.
Yeah, it's silly, right? It's just a silly thing. But they needed it for the trailer. Like Corman's like, I need a boat explosion for the trailer.
That's exactly how he talks too.
Yeah, give me the boat explosion. Yeah, blow it up. But I don't know. I love I'm telling you, I love the little monsters that are involved that we never see again. I like you know, it's in the funniest thing that Joe Dante said in his commentary. So we have the attack on the children, and then we have the attack on the people in the river. And Dante's like, oh, so now we're just going to do the same exact thing again with the piranhas. So he's just, and you know, like that raft in the background that was getting overfilled. The company that lent it to him was freaking out because they weren't supposed to have that many people on it. It's like it was just like they were annoying people left and right with this film. And I guess they paid all the extras with just a box lunch, which makes me pretty happy.
Well, you would know what extras get and how it works. You've been on the set.
Yeah, they got $5 a day in a box lunch. I would hate
be worse, I guess.
I would not want to work with those extra. But I heard everyone had a good time on this movie. But yeah, I don't know.
Some other notes I have here. I didn't know there were additional lyrics to Greasy Grimy Gopher Guts. I only thought that's what it was. So, wow. The claymation piranha, when that came on screen, I lost my mind, Mark. I paused it and rewound it and watched it and paused it and rewound it. And I'm so bummed it didn't come back up. It didn't return to the movie because I made an instant connection with this guy. I was like, oh, this is his pet. He's clearly smarter than the other fish. He's going to come back in and save the day somehow. No, not at all. And I also had this moment at the very beginning where I was like, is this actually a movie about piranhas that can walk on land? Because I knew nothing about this. I didn't even watch the trailer, Mark.
And I love the little lab in there. And I kind of like that we never see him again. Like that thing is so cute. And you know, that's a Phil Tippett special right there. Yeah, you'll hear something really funny. So for this movie, they hired a guy to make an animatronic fish that worked. And I guess the guy popped up at the wrap party and was like, hey guys, I got a working one. So that's why all the fish in this movie are hanging from wire surrounded by smoke, not moving much, and they have to be cut to really quickly. But it's and also, you know, they had little hand puppets with the teeth going, like just man, but you know what though, man, like that's the charm that I find a certain pureness. Listen, this movie's a ripoff, and it has gratuitous nudity, and it's all about murdering people and just letting people have a good time. But there's something pure about these young people going to Texas with next to nothing in their budgets and swindling the military and like swindling boats and doing one take shots and having people quit because it's not professional enough, and then growing a fungus in a pool in California that they have to drain the pool and like scientists have to come study. Like there's a pureness to what this movie was. I think it's very cynical. It was meant to make money. It was meant to capitalize on Jaws too. But I love just, I don't know. It just makes me happy. It makes me happy that they had to do that.
There was people who liked it, and there was enough craft to it and ingenuity that it comes through.
Yeah.
Like if this was a cynical movie, I mean, I understand it's made to make money, but if this was a cynical movie, it would be like, my God, what's the movie theater puts out all the big budget ripoffs?
Oh yeah,
Um,
Asylum.
yeah, it might be Asylum. Like those things are pure written in a week trash.
Trash.
Yeah, really, really bad. They're meant
Cynical
to actually
trash.
just trick people into buying them, like
Hmm.
transmogrifiers instead of transmorphers. Get confused, grandma. This doesn't feel like that. I mean, I know
No,
it's a cash grab, but everyone doing it's like having a great time, and they obviously love it, and the acting is good and good. Like
I mean
loved it,
Spielberg.
absolutely loved
Spielberg said it right. Spielberg
it. Mhm.
said this is good. It's fine. I like it. So like he caught the spirit of it, and he hired Joe Dante later on to work for him. So it's yeah, and I think sometimes people get too caught up on like ripoffs, right? Because let's look at every fad in the history of the world, right? Let's look at Star Wars. Let's look at Scream. Let's look at, look what Easy Rider did. Look what Doctor No did. Look what Rebel Without a Cause did. Look what Brando did to most actors. Ben Hur, Gone with the Wind, Wizard of Oz, Dracula. When Dracula hit and Frankenstein hit, guess how many more monster movies we got? When Godzilla hit, when King Kong hit big in 33, like it's always happened, man. It's always happened. And sometimes people call them ripoffs, but sometimes it's like, no, this is what's popular right now. People are liking this, so we're going to make a movie about it. Like we're going to capitalize on the success of this. So, but also during these times, I think the cream of the crop rise to the top. Like I think there are movies that are reactive, but they're actually good. Like look at the Crazies and Fright Night during the remake craze of the 2000s and early 2000 teens. Like those are good movies. So I don't know. I think sometimes this is the way the nature is. Some people are like, oh, it was a Jaws ripoff. Well, so what? Like I don't know. It just makes me happy that this movie excelled and people saw it and was popular and it's built a cult audience.
So as you're talking there, I had a thought pop into my head, and I hesitate to bring it up, but I think it's interesting worth talking about. In our current, like the current movie making, film watching environment, superheroes have sucked the life out of everything. And I'm not even saying I dislike superhero movies. There's a lot that I really do love. Now, what's interesting about that, I never hear someone say a superhero movie is a ripoff of another superhero hero movie, but they all are. They're all just copies of each other, clones of each other.
Yeah, dude. Origins, like hero's journey. Like Iron Man, he's a jerk who becomes a better guy. It's a Christmas story. Like I don't know. It's Hulk. Like a guy has a thing and he has to figure it out and he can't be with the person he loves. I mean, it's Thor, a cool dude, is a jerk. He loses his powers, becomes cool, gets his powers back. Like it's all stock playbook stuff. Yeah, but for some reason, if you criticize one of them, you are a pariah. I think it's not the same anymore. But I think in a lot of ways, though, superhero movies have choked the theaters, but also they've helped keep it alive, I think, as well. So, I mean, theaters need to run. And, Barbie and Oppenheimer and Sound of Freedom, and those movies are quite rare. I think we do need certain superhero films to buoy the experience. And like I think too, look at where the directors are going with streaming and stuff. Like it's, I don't know, but that goes away from your question. But yes, no one ever goes, hey, this new Batman movie is a ripoff of, I was watching the Batman and I like it, but it's Seven and it's a Batman movie. But no one would complain about it. But then Underwater comes out and everyone goes, oh, it's alien underwater. Yeah. Sorry guys, if you did that.
No,
we
wait,
love
wait.
you.
Wait, let's actually give a shout out to Underwater because I love that movie. I know you've covered it. I know you've covered
times.
it. It's fantastic. Starts rip roaring and does not stop.
It goes. But yeah, I guess, what my main complaint is, David, after all this talk is the selective complaining. So you let certain movies have a pass, but then you complain about other movies. And I think that comes down to certain movie knowledge. But I also think if you're going to complain about Underwater, you should probably, and you love MCU films and all you do is talk about MCU films, you should probably admit that. I'm not saying two wrongs make a right, but you should probably admit that, hey, these MCU movies are not original. So yeah, I don't like how people give some things a pass when others don't get a pass. Like Bloodshot. Bloodshot's fun, bro. But you know, people hate like it's not as good as The Raid. And you're like, what is happening? Just
what a wild statement that is.
Yeah, it's not as
Why are they
graceful as The
even
Raid.
comparing them?
Like what is
You
happening?
mean
Like,
one of the best action movies made in the last 25 years?
Yeah.
Of course it's not as good as that.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I guess I just don't like selective. This movie ripped off something syndrome. Just everyone rips off everything. We all rip off everything, David. Like it's you and I are talking about Piranha right now for an episode. So it's we're talking about
a series about ripoffs of Jaws.
Yeah. But you know what? There's fun to be had in all of them, and I just don't like the selectiveness of it.
I'm trying to say, like, what is something about this movie that is super unique to this movie alone and not taken inspiration from Jaws?
Oh gosh.
The claymation.
Yeah, I mean, okay, what is super unique to it? So the attacks aren't unique.
They're clever. The sharp cuts are clever.
What is unique to? I think the Corman personality, the low budget personality. I think it. You know, you don't have. Listen, Scheider. You know why Jaws is so good? Is because they had time. Piranha didn't have time, so they just had to go. So I think what it was able to get in the time it shot is a miracle. So I think. You know, I'm not comparing it to Jaws filmmaking wise, but they had no time. Jaws had time. So I think that's what sets it apart is they just weren't able to, you know, you're not gonna have much character development with 22 days of shooting. So yeah, it's good. It's fun. It's funny and it's lighthearted. And that's what it had to be. So I think that's what makes it unique.
Yeah, I do too. I am running out of things to talk about this movie other than to say that it makes you want to go watch The Howling, which I am definitely going to do. I might do that tonight, actually, do a double feature, which I rarely do, as everyone would know from the Barbenheimer episode that is coming or is already released.
Not yet. I got to edit it.
Yeah, it's coming though. Yeah, I
go watch The Howling.
I love this movie. It's absolutely fantastic. And I was trying to examine why that is. I think anyone who's listened to your podcast for long enough and have listened to the episodes I'm on know that I am a really big fan of Friday the 13th and especially camp horror. And I don't mean that like cheesy horror. I mean literally horror that takes place in the woods at a camp. And this hits that just satisfaction button in my brain so hard. It's like, oh, you're in the woods and there's murders. And that's all I love. I love it so much.
I love camp. No, see, like campy. No, camp.
Yeah, you're in the woods horror. Literal
camp, like camping.
Yeah, my Boy Scouts past coming to haunt me, I guess.
Not camping. But it's, yeah, man. I guess the thing about this movie is they don't. You have the park owner who's greedy. You have the stock characters. But like I don't know, it's scrappy and it's fun. And it was made by a bunch of maniacs who are wildly talented and went on to much bigger things. So yeah, man, like it's a good time. And so do you want to get onto our draft? Do you want to? So I have my 5, you have your 5. We're going to talk about our favorite movie scenes in which someone is submerged completely in water. Is that?
I am ready for this. I have some fun ones. Yeah,
I let Megan pick one of mine. Can I go first? Because she did this for you.
Absolutely, Mark. I want you to go first.
She did this for you. And so she said KT and Bloodshot.
That was on my list. It was on my list. How did you know?
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, you got to have KT from Bloodshot.
Yeah. How would you want to put that as like, not even on our list? It's just emeritus. It just goes in like, okay, we know we would take this and we're going to pick 5 other ones because we know that's the best one. Not the best one, but our most favorite for the movie from the films podcast.
Yeah. All right, yeah, okay. So we can sit that one, but I love that Megan picked it, so she knows you well. Great. So that makes me happy. Great. All right, so what are you going to move on to?
Yeah, this is really hard. So I am going to take Samwise Gamgee drowning in Lord of the Rings, the first movie. Frodo saves him at the very end. There is a shot that's beautiful of him struggling to swim and Frodo sticks his hand down and pulls him up. I had forgotten about that movie. So I started researching this draft and I was like, that has to go in 100%.
All right. And listen, I worked at a movie theater when that movie came out and I would shut down the theater. So I'd shut down all the projectors and I would get everybody out. And it was actually kind of scary, but I'm pretty sure a hand reached out for me one time from behind a movie screen and I sprinted away because it was like the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. I didn't look back. I wasn't going to horror movie it, but And then I went back later on with the flashlight with the manager, and the door was unlocked.
Oh,
Yeah, but I had to go in every night. And when Lord of the Rings was playing, it was an hour longer than everything else. So just going at the end, and I watched the scene over and over and over again. It just hits hard. It's a perfect pick.
it's so good. It's so good. Sam's the best.
Okay, can I have a question? Can I count beer as being totally submerged? Like if you're totally submerged in beer?
I, I'm gonna let it go. Yes, I'm willing to see where this leads because it's gonna be funny.
Okay, so in Beer Fest,
I knew it.
Landfill, played by Kevin Heffernan, he gets dropped into beer. But the funny thing is he starts drinking it and he kind of creates this little tornado or vortex of beer. And you think he's going to survive. Like you think he's actually going to drink it all, but he dies. But it's just a funny bit because he just created this vortex while completely submerged in beer. And he tried. He gave it the old college try, but he didn't make it. He should have went to FSU. But it's yeah, I just had to add that scene because it's funny.
It is really, that's a really good scene. Beer's mostly water. Okay, I'm taking a trip back to the 50s. I think, as you know, I'm a really big creature feature fan, especially Universal films. I have little dolls of them around my office. And I'm going to take the Creature from the Black Lagoon, also filmed in Tallahassee. Yeah. There's a scene where the
I thought you were going to take the girl from Frankenstein.
Oh, what a bummer. But there's this scene in the Black Lagoon where the main actress is swimming and the creature from the Black Lagoon is swimming in the water below her, and they're filming that. And so it looks like they're water dancing. It's quite honestly a very beautiful scene. Highly recommend it. And you know what? I bet that's the scene that inspired Shape of Water.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, it is. So Guillermo del Toro was like, what if that wasn't the monster? Like, what if they fell in love? Like, he's like, what if the monster wasn't the monster? Yeah. Because guess what,
I also
David?
love that movie, by the way.
Guess what, David? The humans are the real villains.
What? What?
No,
what was
listen,
the?
That's one of the most iconic shots. You can't even mess with that shot.
Good. It's so good.
So I'm gonna go with The Matador. I don't know if you ever watched this movie. It has Pierce Brosnan and Greg Kinnear, where Pierce Brosnan plays a hitman who's kind of going through some things. But there's a scene where he walks through this hotel lobby in boots and like a Speedo, and he jumps into a pool. But then for some reason, while he's completely submerged, he sees a shark, which isn't there, but he goes, whoa, and screams, and then it's just on to the next scene. And it's just the oddest. Like it was Pierce Brosnan going bad. But the fact they jumped into this pool, kind of cannonballs, and then sees this shark has always stuck with me, and it's hilarious. So I'm taking The Matador.
That's a great one. There's a lot of really like high-end ones. I'm going to go one that's maybe a dark horse, but personally, it's stuck with me for a long time. And this is an Aliens 4. And
wait. I had Aliens 4 too.
You did? Oh my God.
The kitchen fight underwater.
Yeah, well, it's also trying to escape. They're swimming away, and one of the members of the crew gets grabbed by one of the aliens and pulled back in. And there's a shot of Sigourney Weaver, the clone of Ripley, just watching it. Like this, the look on her face is inscrutable. I have no idea what she's feeling, but that scene has stuck with me for a long, long time.
I'm there with you. I have it on my list. And I mean, they go through a kitchen. I love when they blow one of them up and it just explodes in the kitchen. And then the other one just avoids the missile. And you have Ron Perlman down there. I mean, it's a good scene. And it's the best scene in the movie, I would say. But yeah,
Absolutely.
watching the Xenomorph swim is really cool. So that's one of mine too. So I'm gonna keep it in. So we had KT and Aliens 4.
That's amazing. I bet we have some other ones that are doubled up. I do.
All right, so I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna add one in here. So I'm gonna do Tomb Raider, the Cradle. Let's see, Tomb Raider 2, the Cradle of Life. Let's see, yeah, Tomb Raider, the Cradle of Life, where Lara Croft is completely underwater. She's trying to swim to the surface, but she can't. So a shark comes up. She punches the shark in the nose, and the shark's like, oh, and then she rides the shark to the surface and lives. And it's incredible. Angelina Jolie just punches a shark in the nose, and it gives her a ride to the surface. The Cradle of Life.
I've been wanting to watch. I've been wanting to rewatch those movies a lot.
Dude,
I haven't.
They're fun.
I bet they are. That was like a period of the Mask. Everything was coming out after the Mummy, and so you had like the Mask of Zorro, and you had this, and they were all like kind of trying to ape that style positively. Yeah, I should go back and watch. I 100% should go back and watch that.
dude, like the first one, just the style that Jolie has. There's so many cool shots of her. But in the second one, she's on a jet ski, and then like she punches a shark in the nose, and the shark respects her, so she grabs a ride on him. So
Okay.
I'm tossing that one in there.
All right. I'm going to take for my fourth pick Friday the 13th, part 7, Jason Awakes. That's when he's underwater and the telepathic woman accidentally breaks his chain and he comes shooting out of the water. If there's any time I can pick Friday the 13th, I'm going to do it. And so this is my in.
Oh man, it's a great scene. There's so many great water scenes in that movie. But yeah, no, I mean you could go with the first one, the second one because of the flashbacks, Freddy versus Jason. But no, you picked the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
telepathy. Yeah, it's beautiful. And
Like,
she has a great fight with him too.
it's clearly inspired by The Shining. They're like, yeah, we need to get, yeah. Everyone likes The Shining and Jason.
Oh, it's perfect. I love it. Oh man, so I only have one left. One left?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you have two because we
Oh, but
gave KT like just honorary in. I want to give you a chance to do all 5 of yours if you didn't want to add that.
Okay, so then I'll drop that. And then I also had Alien Resurrection, which so I've done, let's see, Landfill, Beer Fest, Matador, Aliens 4, Tomb Raider 2. Oh, okay, good. And then so my fifth one is kind of random, but it's in Predator. And there's a scene where Arnold falls off a cliff and falls into the water. He crawls onto his shore, covers himself in mud, but while he's crawling up, the alien jumps in behind him. And it's just such a creepy shot. Like, because in most movies, when you jump off a waterfall, the thing's not going to follow you. So you feel like you have a brief kind of break in the action. You can kind of breathe for a little bit. But when Arnold goes into the water and then he crawls out and puts himself in the mud, and then the yautja crawls out, his machinery is messed up. Like you can't even breathe then. So typically a moment when you, like I said, a waterfall, you can breathe, but he doesn't let, McTiernan doesn't let you do that here. And the alien jumps into the water and follows Arnold. It's a really good bit. And you can't, like, you just see it going into the water, like, but then you hear the splash. You don't really see it. So you're like, where is this thing? It's just a really beautiful scene of kind of seeing and not letting you breathe, which I love.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right. So my last pick, I'm going to go through all my options here. And I think there's a big one that we could talk about. So The Graduate, the underwater scene.
I was going to put that, but
no, I'm not going to take that one, but I feel like we should acknowledge it. I think we should all acknowledge Waterworld, swing under and see New York City.
Yep.
We should acknowledge Highlander when he's walking at the bottom of the lake. And probably my favorite underwater scene, and I'm still not going to take it, is in Rogue Nation with Tom Cruise trying to pull out the system underwater, and he had to hold his breath for like 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Now, the one I'm actually going to pick, Mark, is Aquaman when the octopus is drumming.
Oh, man.
That feels like a cheat, but I'm doing it.
No, listen, like that movie's crazy, dude. There's a scene in that movie where there's a battle underwater and these crab monsters have giant catapults that are shooting lava rocks at battle sharks. And you're just going, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Like as Dolph Lundgren riding around on a seahorse, it has Patrick Wilson on a shark. It's insanity, and I love it.
Will we ever get Aquaman 2? I know it's coming out. I'm just like, it risks being maybe shelved. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's going to make a lot of money. I mean, the first one made a bill, and you know what? Like Momoa doesn't care. James Wan makes good pictures. Like this isn't Flash, right? There's no baggage on this movie. Like it's just going to be big. It's going to be fun, and I think it's going to be a blast. Like I think it's going to be a good time. Like so. I mean, will it make $1 billion? Maybe not, but it's kind of nuts. You know what bothers me, David? It's like Blue Beetle was supposed to be released on what, Max, but then they put it in theaters, and so let's say it makes 100 million worldwide. That's 100 million it wouldn't make on Max. Mm-hmm. Some people are like Blue Beetle tanked. Like, no, it was supposed to be released on Max. Now it's pulling in 100 mil for the company. So I don't know why people are so actively rooting against movies. Like The Last Voyage of the Demeter only made 3 million. It's tanking. Like why are people so ready to like kind of because that's what people are doing with Aquaman too. They're like, just get rid of it. No, like, no, WB is not going to get rid of a $250 million, $300 million movie. Like, they're going to release it. But I don't know. The pre-buzz negativity is hurting me. People just digging on it hurts.
Oh, well, I hope it comes out because I love the first one. And then I hope Jason Momoa becomes Lobo in the new universe. And I really hope DC really does good because I am a DC fan at heart. And as much as I am annoyed at superhero movies right now, doesn't mean I don't want them to do good.
And I don't know, Dolph Lundgren has floppy hair in the movie. It's amazing. We never talked about like Aquaman.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, we never talked not Aquaman. We never talked about like a Little Mermaid, which I thought was interesting, and, or Deep Blue Sea. But I figured I didn't want to be too safe. One movie I'm talking about soon. We're talking about the Deep House. Have you heard about it?
I have heard about it.
Underwater haunted house movie. I mean, it's all concept over story, but there's some good submersion in that. So I dig it.
Do you want to winnow our list down to the top 5?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you want to drop them down to?
Okay, so I think one we're just going to put KT in there.
Yeah, KT and Alien, since we both picked it.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I mean, got to have Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. How do you feel about Lord of the Rings?
Oh, got to have Samji.
Okay, so I don't want to steal all of the ones in there. What do you have one you want to put in?
I mean, I kind of want to get Matador in there because it's so amazing.
Put it in.
All right.
Yeah.
There it is. So we have KT, Aliens 4, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Samwise, and the Matador.
Yeah, the 100% best underwater films. Period. Don't add us.
Yeah. Submersion cinema has been it's done. It's over. We nailed it. Hey, well, this was great, man. Thank you so much for joining me, David. And hey, where can people find you?
I'm at itsMeDavidCross on every platform. I'm hanging out on Twitter and Blue Sky at the moment. I'm also co-host of Award Wieners. It's a podcast about best picture winning movies. We took a hiatus for a while, but we're starting back up. And that's coming, and I'm very excited about that one. We're going to be doing The Great Ziegfeld, and then after that, Gone with the Wind, which is one I'm very anxious about, actually.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's one of the biggest films of all time.
And I actually want to give a little promo to both you and I, Mark. I do want to do this. We have in store Insidious series coming up.
Yeah, we do.
And I'm very, very excited about that. I did not watch Insidious I watched Insidious the first time this year. I watched them all back to back and went and saw the last one in the theater. Loved it. I am sad I hadn't started watching it earlier.
And we have Deep Star 6, right? And then we're jumping into Insidious.
Yeah. Deep Star 6, which will finish up our creature feature. It only took us a year.
And then we're moving on to, oh man, Insidious is going to be amazing. I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
All right. Well, hey, this was awesome. And thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for David Cross, this is Movie Films and Flicks. We'll see you next week.